good song.
Don't worry about it, man.
I just feel so bad that he was just playing up there and he was all deep tune and I'm like, oh.
It's alright. Hey, it was David's guitar that Daniel was using. It's a little out of tune, but hey, no big deal. Remember, it's not about us, right? Not about us. So I didn't really even notice it, okay? So don't worry about it. But thanks a lot, David. Hey, does anybody remember, as we start part 3 of the series, does anybody remember anything that happened on day 1? On the first week, we started listening to this series. Kat.
She was talking about how money is the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, so a lot of times we hear that. We hear the money is the root of all evil, right? But she kind of said, hey, the love of money is the root of all evil, right? So is money bad? No, money's not bad. What does Jesus talk about the most throughout his ministry in the New Testament? Money, right? So money is very important, and money kind of hits us where it hurts, right? Because we're all about God, we're all about serving him, we're all about Jesus, but then it comes time to tithe when that little offering basket goes around, right? And maybe not you guys as of yet. I know some of you guys get allowances, maybe a couple of you have jobs, but for your parents as you grow older, all of a sudden, where does God come when the offering basket's coming around, right? It's kind of like putting your money where your mouth is, right? Where your faith is, I guess you could say. So, yeah, that's one key thing from week 1. What about week 2? Anybody remember anything? I know somebody remembers something.
Wasn't it about debt?
Debt. So, is there such thing as good debt?
No.
Is there such thing as bad debt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the world, hey guys, eyes up here, the world wants you to think that there is such thing as good debt, right? What is looked at as good debt?
College and education, paying on that.
College. So you guys, some of you guys, raise your hand if you're in high school. All right, raise your hand if you are thinking about going to college and you're in this room right now. You're thinking about one day going to college. Okay. When you go to college, is college free?
No.
Unless you're really, really good at sports and you get a scholarship or some kind of academic scholarship, you're going to have to pay for college, right? How much is college?
$40,000.
A lot. But, hey, can all of us afford, or could your parents, can all of our parents afford to just pay for our college where we have no debt once we graduate college? Maybe a few of us here, the rest of us, we're going to have to pay ourselves, right? And college is a lot of money. So as we watch the first 2 weeks, do you remember, what is her name, Rachel? Do you remember her saying anything about how many students graduate college and anything about the debt that they have? Yeah, and that's like the average. But I told you about my professor. She's getting married to another professor. They just got done both getting their doctorates in English, and I forgot what he's got his in. They're getting married. They both have doctorates. They both got their education overseas. So they're married now, and now they together have almost $400,000 in debt for their education. Amazing, right? They're going to be paying that for a long, long time, okay? So that's something to think about. So the world wants you to believe that there's good debt. Some of you don't have, most of you have no credit at all right now. That's good. But when you go try to get your first car, what is the guy going to tell you? Oh, you don't even have credit. You might as well, that's worse than having bad credit, right? And then you're like, oh, what do I do? I'm going to go get a credit card, right? And then you just try to use it a couple times and then pay it off, and you're like, when you have that credit card, that magic card in your hand, what are you tempted to do when you go out? It's so easy to use that credit card because what do they do once you give it to them?
They charge you.
They charge you, but what do they do after they charge you? They give it back to me, and I get it, right? And I put it in my wallet, and I'm like, yes, I got something back, right? And I put it away, and I don't have to pay for it right then and there. But when do I have to pay for it? Later at the end of the month, right? So we got to think about that, credit. And then we get wrapped up in that. We start getting credit, then we make mistakes, we get bad credit. So what Rachel and her dad, Dave, are trying to tell us is there's no such thing as good credit. Even when they tell you you need to have some in order to get a car, in order to get something as you're getting started, okay? There's ways of doing it, and make sure you talk to your parents, ask them, because there's responsible ways of getting credit. Education. Are there ways, if you don't have much money, of getting an education, maybe paid for or some help financially? Yeah, you get financial aid. What can you do while you're in college? Work and earn money to pay towards that, right? So you don't graduate with $100,000 in debt. What did I do?
You went to the Marines.
I went to the Marine Corps. I served, and there's a few of you here that are going to go to the Marines too. I don't know. I see a few in there. Towards this side. No, I'm just kidding. The Marine Corps. Now, is the Marine Corps for everybody? No.
Yes.
But guess what? If you did 4 years in the Marine Corps, Army, National Guard, Air Force, and you said, I don't like it anymore, what do? Get out. Get discharged. As long as you don't get in trouble, what else do you get? GI Bill. So guess where I go? Azusa Pacific, $35,000 a year, free, paid for. When I graduate, how much debt will I have? Zero. Okay? So are there ways of getting around it? Yeah, working your butt off, right? Like a lot of people do. Maybe you're lucky and your parents are able to pay for you to do that. There's a lot of ways you can work around it, and don't just be what the world says. Oh, it's okay, education, that's good debt. It's okay if you graduate with $150,000 in debt. That's fine. And we have people in this room, right? They got Joel. Joel has a master's degree in business. Okay? He paid the price for that degree. He went to good school and he has a little bit of debt. Alright? So we have different people in this room that all different situations, okay? So you should learn from that. Don't just do what a lot of people do your age is what? What I did your age. What do you do? That's not gonna happen to me. Right? And that's what Rachel and Dave are trying to tell you. Stop thinking that it's not going to be you. Soon, Amber is going to be on her own, right? Probably in college in another state, as it's looking right now. So this is going to happen quick. If you're in high school, don't think high school is going to last forever. Pretty soon, you're 18, you're gone. Or you should be gone, right? Unless your parents let you stay home. And that's cool too, but this happens quick. If you're in 8th grade, tell you what, how fast does high school go by? Does high school go by pretty quick? Yeah. And college goes by. All right, one more thing before I start the video. Last week, she mentioned again something very important. You're not going to be happy with the things of this world. Okay? What does that mean? We always think the grass is greener on the other side. So we're here now, you're currently in, let's say you're in 8th grade, you're about to go to high school, and you're like, oh, I can't wait till I go to high school. Things will be so much better, so much different, I can't wait. Yes. And you get to high school, and you're a freshman, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I'm not a freshman anymore. People are throwing me in trash cans and stuff like that, and I can't wait to be a sophomore or a junior, upperclassman, right? And happen to Carlos. Carlos got trash can over here, okay?
Almost, I kicked the trash can over.
Yeah.
That's all my brother needs.
So, all right, and as you go up, you get to a senior, and what are you saying when you're a senior in high school? I can't wait to go where? College. Yes, things are so different. I'm going to leave home. I'm not going to have to answer to my mom, be on my own, have my own money, have everything. Then you get there, and you're like, Mom, calling mom like every 10 minutes. Mom, what are you guys doing? Oh, you're eating dinner? Oh, okay. I wish I was there, you know? Diana's little sister Audrey's at UC Davis up north, and she's struggling right now, big time. Never been away from home until now. She's a freshman, wrapping up her freshman year. So it's tough. It's a struggle. Not for everybody, but for the most part, a lot of people, okay? So let's remember those key things, and then we're going to move into this. We're going to watch the first part of the video, and then do a little small group action, and then watch the second part, okay? Hey, all cell phones away. I don't want to see a cell phone.
A long time ago, everyone knew the Earth was flat. Sailors and explorers had to be careful. Otherwise, they might fall right off the edge of the world.